What a tune, right? What a fantastic tune for a Saturday afternoon. This week I'm looking at Daft Punk with a great song, a really cool song and a really great sample as well. This is from their album Discovery 2001 and it goes by the name of Faster, Stronger. And that robot dance will all make sense soon, right? And it should make sense already if you know Daft Punk. If you don't, let me break it down for you, right? Let me talk a bit about these two lads who went by the name of Thomas et Guy Manuel. Dans le Paris, en France, dans les 1900 avec les châteaux, les Français. Right, the French house, that's as far as I'll go. But these guys, were part of the French house scene, which was kind of blown up at this time, just like many house scenes across the world. But if you don't know France and you don't know Paris, let me tell you, it's a very, very cool place, right? Lots of cool people doing cool things. They have their own world there with cigarettes, coffee, a lot of partying and socializing, and a level of coolness that is hard to replicate in its own way, but is different in other ways. I'm not here to talk about French coolness. I'm here to talk a little bit about French house, because this is when Daft Punk came into the scene in the 90s with Homework, their first album, right? Great samples in that one too. Songs like Around the World and The Funk, right? The funk is really the one that propelled them a bit. They followed up with Discovery, and Discovery has a great sound, right? Let's take a listen to this bit. We just cut the end of a solo there, right? Which I was trying to do as I heard it in the background. I think that's really notable about this album is its use of solos, traditional song structure, rock and pop influences. Here we go again. So why that's important is these guys were bridging the gap between electronic and mainstream music, right? So what they did with some of these songs was they took a lot of electronic elements, drum machines, filters, compression, whatever you want to call it. They wrote songs with vocals, with emotion, with solos like those ones. And they really brought it into the mainstream in a way that people connected with on a much wider level, right? Or should I say more people connected with that type of music. It's the type of music that your granddad might listen to in the car because they're songs you connect with that way. Versus, talk about electronic music up until then. Underground, right? Very underground. Then it came into the mainstream with like Chemical Brothers, Fatboy Slim, a bit like that. But it was still considered like rave music, I would say. I really think this album did a lot to bring electronic into the mainstream. And this song, Digital Love in particular. That and the vocoders, right, the kind of talk box effect paved the way for a lot of electronic acts to come, right, and just made this mainstream. The robot that I talked about was their brand, right? There was great branding behind this album. They were already big, but after this they were huge, right? And they were huge for electronic music, paving the way for like Justice, LCD Sound System, Hot Chip, even the kind of new rave stuff that came out of New Cross up the road, like the Klaxons and those lads, all came from this band, or should I say, started away with this band. like even there, a side chain, right? Would you ever have heard a side chain in a rock or a pop song? Maybe you probably have, but that grinding kick made a big difference. But anyway, I digress, and I want to talk about another song. Seeing as this is a sample show, it would be a shame not to talk about a song that sampled Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger itself. And that was, of course, Kanye West.
That don't kill me, can only make me stronger. I need you to hurry up now, cause I can't wait much longer. I know I got to be right now, cause I can't get much stronger. Man, I've been waiting all night now, that's how long I've been on ya.
And this, Kanye at the time, right, this is about 7 or so years later, 2007 I believe, when Graduation came out. And there's a parallel here with Daft Punk in a way, right, because at this time, this was Kanye's third album, right, and there's a term like stadium rap, where he was trying to make rap that could be played to huge audiences, so he wrote this album with that in mind. He also went really into electronic, and similar to like I just said with Daft Punk, I think Kanye with rap or hip hop brought it into mainstream, that anyone like your granddad could listen to a song like this, and not have rap that was confined to like the in the club 50 Cent type stuff, which was still pop at the time but wasn't accessible. And Kanye came out with this one.
Man, I've been waiting all night, man. That's how long I've been on ya. Me like it. I don't know if you get a man or not.
Me likey. Yeah, me likey. And me likey Kanye West. Kanye West music, I should say, right? Kanye, I shouldn't say me likey either, but Kanye's music is great. He did a lot for music even after this. He continued to work. After this, he worked with Daft Punk, I should say, on the Yeezus album. Interesting character, but look, we have to give a shout out to his sample here as well. But let's bring it back, and let's take our time machine back from Kanye to Daft Punk. And at the time, they were sampling as well, like crate diggers, and this weren't all just hip hop heads, right? House music, as we know, as I've seen, had a lot of people digging through the crates, and they came across a little song by a fella called Edwin Birdsong, right? Edwin Birdsong. Let's listen to the song first of all, right? Not the Bird song, but Edwin Birdsong's song, Cola Bottle Baby. This is like just as equally made for the clubs, right? Edwin Birdsong, who was he first of all? He's not as well known as Daft Punk or Kanye, but he's likely equally should be in some ways. He worked a lot with Roy Ayers, who you'd know as this, or you mightn't know, but who a lot of people would know as a kind of a jazz fusion disco kind of guy. Running Away, Everybody Loves the Sunshine is a big one. Edwin Birdsong worked selectively with him on songwriting, was a big part of their projects, but did his own stuff too. And one of those was this album, Edwin Birdsong, which was coming out in the late 70s. As I've said before, this was disco time, right? This was Larry Levan in Paradise Garage, right? So Edwin Birdsong would have known Larry Levan, would have gone to these clubs, listened to the music, and then got into the studio and said, let's make this. So loads of these songs were made for the club at the time. This is another one I wanted to show, Fizz Fizz, off the same album. Like, listen to this.
All over the world, you find that girl dancing in the disco. Tropicana, banana,
There he is talking about dancing in the disco, just like that, right? So he made these songs. He also made a song called Rapper Dapper Snapper that's heavily sampled in hip hop as well. So he was like, he was in New York with all these guys pushing boundaries. He recorded in Electric Lady Studios, the same one that I mentioned from the Soulquarians video. And he was pushing this kind of jazz funk fusion, space, soul, acid, funk, cosmic, jazz, whatever you want to call it, right? This kind of sound he was really a good part of, and yeah, made some absolute bangers. But that's the song that the sample comes from, Cola Bottle Baby. So let's do our best to recreate that, right? So let's get into it. First of all, we gotta give an introduction to my guest who's with me every episode, the boss man, Dr. Sample, the SP303. Hello, Dr. Sample. Hello. And I want to give a shout out to the Odin 2 Pro, the tablet, right, who's playing the music. So we're going to record in Cola Bottle Baby and see how that goes first of all. So there's two kind of like bars of that at the beginning. They use the first one, I believe. So let's loop that up. And the thing is, like, you hear that and you're like, whoa, that is so cool that the band played that, right? He would have worked with a lot of these jazz musicians at the time. And fun fact, the bassist in that song, Marcus Miller, the legend himself, right, would have played with everyone at this time, right? Particularly Luther Vandross, Miles Davis, but it went on to play with like every sort of pop record. A legendary bassist, Marcus Miller, playing on this track with some of the boys, right? They would have got together. So lads, I want to record this. Marcus, what's the story? Get in here. Head, come on, you're on there as well. And these lads would have jammed out that groove, which we all danced to at Daft Punk years later. Good enough, right? But Daft Punk weren't done there. They said, why don't we speed it up a bit? And they said, why don't we pitch it too? Okay, Doctor, I love you, but your pitching skills are terrible, right? I've said this before. The SP303, for whatever reason, just has a terrible degradation when you try and adjust the pitch. And even the time to an extent. It's a shame, because I love this machine, but sometimes I'm like, I can't get it right. So the difference is monumental. So I'm going to not pitch for this. But anyway, look, we have that first loop. And there's also the intro, right? The intro of the song. Let's play that real quick. That was really weird. The moment I came back into Cola Bottle Baby, I believe was the intro that I wanted to show you, that where the sample came from. It's all getting a bit spooky, folks. But let's listen to the intro. So let's find that. And weirdly, it just played a second ago, so I know where roughly it is. Is that it? Is that what we want? I think that's good. And the dee-da, dee-da, dee-da comes from our intro, right? Which we're going to resample over here. So and then there's the doom 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 doom, which also come from the intro. So let's resample that into 8. Those like bueno that Marcus Miller is sort of slap funking whatever. It almost sounds like synth bass, which he played too, but who knows? But let's get those in. And I'll get another one in. And remember, on the SP303, I'm just resampling to copy things over. There's not really a copy feature like you'd see in modern samplers. So we just keep retaping, right? It's almost like you have a little tape machine. And that's the boing out. Okay, let's not try and get it perfect, right? And the last bit is the very beginning. Hold on now, Fizz Fizz. We didn't ask for you, Fizz Fizz. We're resampling. Here. And that is the... So that's got a crash on it, right? I think the second bit doesn't, so let's record in the second bit actually. I think that's it. No, it's not perfect either. Maybe it comes from somewhere else, but I think the bass tone is correct, but it ain't the right part. They kind of sound like when you collect like points in a PlayStation 1 game. Okay, anyway, let's see if we can play it back. Dr. Sample even called me out there. One more time. Work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger. So you see where we are in the world of sampling. Larry Levan played some tunes that inspired Edwin Birdsong to make a song. Fast forward a couple of decades, two French lads find a record, sample it into harder, better, faster, stronger. Later on, Kanye West samples that to make stronger, and the beat goes on, right? It keeps going. That's the beauty of music, and the beauty of these samples is that they stay alive, right? They stay alive whichever way you look at it, right? Music's out there, living and breathing through everybody. I encourage you to go out there, get a sampler, get going, get started, right? Pick it up, dust it off, hit subscribe if you like it. I promise to make more videos soon, so have a good day and chat soon.